Tommy Mitchell wrote the letter on lined notebook paper, his pencil pressing so hard the words almost tore through. Dear Mr. Wayne, my name is Tommy and I am 10 years old.
Tommy figured. Tommy Mitchell wrote the letter on lined notebook paper, his pencil pressing so hard the words almost tore through. Dear Mr. Wayne, my name is Tommy, and I am 10 years old. My dad died 3 months ago, and my mom cries every night. She thinks I can't hear her, but I can. We might lose our house. I watch your movies at my friend's house, and you always know what to do. Can you tell me what to do? Nobody else will help us. His mother found him at the kitchen table, sealing the envelope with tape because they'd run out of the lick kind. Writing a letter. What are you doing, baby? To who? Just a friend, he lied. Tommy hesitated. His mother looked tired. She always looked tired now, dark circles under her eyes, her hair pulled back in a messy ponytail, wearing the same dress she'd worn for 3 days. Tommy handed over the coins and watched the clerk stamp it. The letter disappeared into a bin with hundreds of others. She didn't press. She barely had energy to stand anymore, let alone interrogate a 10-year-old about his correspondence. Tommy walked 6 blocks to the post office the next morning before school. He had 17 cents in his pocket, all the money he had in the world. The postal clerk looked at the envelope and told him it would cost 8 cents. He walked to school wondering if movie stars ever actually read their mail. His mother got a second job, cleaning offices at night. Tommy stayed with Mrs. Hendricks next door, who smelled like mothballs, and made him do homework until his mother picked him up at 11. 3 weeks passed. Tommy stopped checking the mailbox. The eviction notice came on a Tuesday. Tommy found it when he got home from school, lying on the kitchen counter. He couldn't read all the legal words, but he understood enough. Tommy went to his room and cried into his pillow so his mother wouldn't hear. They had 30 days. That's when he heard her call his name. Tommy, come here. He wiped his eyes and walked to the living room. His mother stood holding a large envelope, her hands shaking. This came for you. Tommy took it. The return address said Batjack Productions, Newport Beach, California. Who do you know in California? His mother asked. The letter was typed, but at the bottom was a handwritten note in pen. Tommy's heart hammered as he tore open the envelope. Inside was a letter on thick, cream-colored paper, and a Tommy, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Take care of your mother. Don't let anybody push you around. Things will get better if you keep fighting. John Wayne. Tommy's mother grabbed the check with both hands, staring at it like it might disappear. The check was for $500, made out to Mrs. Sarah Mitchell. Is this real? She whispered. Tommy, what did you do? His mother sank into a chair, still holding the check. She started crying, but this time they weren't the quiet sobs Tommy heard through the walls at night. These were different. I wrote him a letter. I didn't think he'd answer. This will cover rent, she said. For 3 months, maybe 4 if we're careful. Oh my God, Tommy. Oh my God. She pulled him into a hug so tight he could barely breathe. What Tommy didn't know, what nobody knew, was that John Wayne had done something else. Something that wouldn't be discovered for 40 years. Tommy Mitchell grew up. His mother kept that letter from John Wayne in a frame on the wall. The check stub, too, as a reminder of the day a stranger saved them. They managed to keep the house. His mother worked herself to exhaustion, but they survived. Tommy got a job at 14 delivering newspapers. At 16, he worked at a garage after school. He married at 28, had 3 kids, built a decent life. He enlisted in the Marines at 18, served 4 years, came back and went to college on the GI Bill, became a teacher, but Tommy always wondered about something. That $500 had been life-changing, but it was only a temporary fix. His mother had worked herself into an early grave anyway. The money bought them time, but not enough. Tommy was 50 years old when he got the phone call that changed everything. His mother died when Tommy was 42. Heart attack, sudden and quick. At the funeral, Tommy told the story about John Wayne's letter to anyone who would listen. It had become family legend, the time a movie star saved them. Mr. Mitchell, this is Gerald Harper from Harper & Associates in Newport Beach. I'm an attorney handling the estate of John Wayne. Tommy's hand tightened on the phone. John Wayne died in 1979. That was over 20 years ago. Yes, sir. I'm aware, but certain elements of his estate were set up with delayed distribution clauses, very specific instructions that were only to be executed at certain trigger points. I don't understand. Tommy felt his pulse quicken. Yes. I was 10 years old. He sent my mother money. Mr. Mitchell, did you write a letter to John Wayne and what kind of documents? The kind that explain what John Wayne actually did when he received your letter. Can you fly to California? He did more than that, sir. Much more. I need you to come to my office. There are documents you need to see. Tommy booked a flight that same day. The law office occupied the 20th floor of a building overlooking the Pacific. Tommy sat in a leather chair across from Gerald Harper, a man in his 60s with kind eyes and an expensive suit. Harper laid a file folder on the desk between them. The money was nothing, Harper interrupted. The $500? That came from his personal account. A gesture. But it wasn't the real response. I know I was just one letter, Tommy said. The money he sent was, before I show you this, I need to explain something. John Wayne received thousands of letters every year. Fan mail, requests for money. Everything you can imagine. His staff had protocols for handling it all. Harper opened the folder. Your letter arrived at his production office on March 14, 1968. His secretary put it in the regular fan mail pile. But for some reason, and no one knows exactly why, Wayne pulled it out and read it himself. Why would he do that? His secretary said he'd just lost his own father the year before. Maybe something about your letter resonated. Maybe it was random. But he read it, and then he made some phone calls. Harper slid a document across the desk. It was yellowed with age, dated March 9. John Wayne established a trust fund in your name. $20,000. Tommy's vision blurred. What? The room tilted. Tommy gripped the armrests of his chair. $20,000 in 1968. With compound interest over 40 years, managed by professional investors, Mr. Mitchell, the current value is approximately $300,000. That's not possible. It's very possible, and it gets more complicated. Harper pulled out another document. The trust had specific distribution instructions. You were to receive the money when you turned 50. Wayne died when you were 21, but the trust continued under the management of his estate. Why didn't anyone tell me? Those were his instructions. The trust was to remain anonymous. You were never supposed to know where it came from. Harper's expression softened. Because there's more. And you need to understand the full picture before you receive it. Then why are you telling me now?